There are plenty of good reasons to go to Costco, but the free samples, they just might be the best reason of all. So what secrets don't you know about those freebies they hand out? Let's dig into the truth behind Costco's free sample program. Costco is frequently named a top company to work for due to their competitive compensation and generous benefit package. But unfortunately, since the workers handing out samples aren't actually employed by Costco, they aren't paid like the other store workers. All those employees standing behind the sample carts are actually employed by club demonstration services, and they're considered outside vendors. According to Groundswell, this means that the CDS demonstrators are subject to very different working conditions like part-time employment and no benefits. They make substantially less than Costco employees and are only eligible for an hourly rate increase of 25 cents per year. As of 2014, they made approximately half the wage of a regular Costco employee. Ever wonder why the people giving out the samples never know where the chicken broth or the tomato paste is? It's because it's not their job to know, and even though they're in the store all day, it's almost impossible for them to learn where things are. One Redditor who says they serve samples at Costco explained, "Costco rearranges their products almost daily. They want to provide a treasure hunt atmosphere to their members. This leaves them wandering around aimlessly, and before they know it, their cart is full and they don't know how it got that way. And that's why the people handing out the samples don't know where to send you to pick up the product. You'll need to find that yourself."
Guess what I found? Coffins. They sell baby formula and they sell coffins. You can literally buy everything you need from birth to death.
There's plenty of horror stories out there of finding nasty surprises in food. But have you ever found anything sketchy in a Costco sample? Probably not, and you probably won't either. That's because, according to a Costco sample worker on Reddit, the hygiene practices are pretty stringent. When one Redditor voiced their concerns regarding the cleanliness of not only the employees, but the tools and equipment used to serve the samples, the vendor replied, "We have annoyingly strict hygiene policies. All the equipment is sanitized before we use it, we change our gloves every 5 minutes, and anytime a member touches something they aren't supposed to, we throw it away." Workers are apparently held to strict standards when it comes to their own personal hygiene as well. And while it might lead to some uncomfortable behind-the-scenes conversations, customers know they can snack away safely. If there's a downside to the Costco sample program, it's all those tiny containers and plastic forks that get served with each and every bite. Not only are food packaging waste and single-use plastics filling up the landfills, but it turns out they're also a nuisance in the stores too. Business Insider spoke to Costco employees about their biggest pet peeves, and customers who leave their sample waste wherever they please ranks high on the list. Sure, there's garbage bins at every station, but somehow Costco employees still end up cleaning up a seemingly endless number of those little containers. Come on, sample fanatics, the least you can do is clean up after yourself when eating all that free food. According to one Costco sample man and Redditor, the weekends are prime time for the most variety. He gives these words of wisdom. "Saturdays and Sundays will always have the most. If you want unlimited amounts of samples and no lines, go on a Monday or Tuesday. But there are less to choose from. On the weekends, go right around 1 or 2 because all shifts are out at that time. It's also worth noting that you've got to get there before 5 p.m. Even though stores close later, that's when the sample vendors wrap up for the day. And one more piece of advice. During the holidays, the aisles will be filled with sample workers hoping to help you choose some goodies for all those parties. Good to know." We're all a little shy when it comes to grabbing a second or fifth sample, but it turns out that there's no reason to be bashful after all. According to CBS News, Costco's policy actually encourages vendors to pass out an unlimited number of samples to customers. And Redditors who have done it agree. When asked on Reddit if the vendors were allowed to hand out more than just a single sample to each customer, here's what one had to say. "Absolutely, you don't even need to ask. As long as you don't take an entire tray or take 3 when there's a crowd, you're more than welcome to take multiple samples." An entire tray? That sort of extreme gluttony doesn't really happen though, does it? Of course it does. One vendor recalled an extreme incident saying, "Once I was giving out Ferrero Rocher, and this 15-year-old took 9 trays worth. That was 63 candies and about $50 worth of product, right into his pockets." So enjoy, but please don't be that customer. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more MASH videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.